Hey guys, HB here and welcome back to another Hot Books review. Today I have some hot coffee with me. Today's video is going to be the first time that I do a review on a sequel. I don't know how this is going to play out because if you have not read the first book, usually the second one won't make a lot of sense. So we're just going to go with the flow of things for now. We are going to be reviewing the second book of the Murder Complex duology, which is The Death Code by Lindsay Cummings. I mentioned this in the other review, but the Murder Complex duology is one of my all-time favorites. It's a comfort book of mine. This duology actually got me into reading, so you can only imagine that it has a special place in my heart. Out of the two books, I think the sequel is so much more better in every aspect, and let me go into details on why I think that way. First, we have the cover design, and I'm going to be giving this a 3.5 out of 5. I personally like the first one better. They both have the same vibe, but the first one has those words in between, and it says, "She's trained to survive, he's programmed to kill." This one, it doesn't have anything. There's nothing special about it. It just has a face of Zephyr in the background, as this one has the face of Meadow, but I mean, they're literally the same thing. I just like how this one looks better because of the words. For the plot, because this is a sequel, there might be a chance that I might mention a spoiler from the first book. I'm gonna try really hard not to. I did write it out and it doesn't seem like there's any spoilers that I mentioned for this plot, but just putting that out there just in case. There might be a mention of a spoiler, not that I'm aware of. The book starts off with Meadow, who is now a prisoner of the Initiative. With her father, brother, and sister taken away from her, she is willing to kill and do anything to get them back. Along her journey, she also finds out a way to end the murder complex for good, and now she is left with the ultimate decision to save herself or save the people. The plot in this book is so good. We get a lot more tension, there's more action, a lot more gore, and the story does move fast, but I think at a reasonable pace. I was so sucked into the story. Like, it looks thick, but it's really not bad because the story moves pretty fast. There is just so much going on. It might be overwhelming for some people, but I personally think it works. I just love how crazy and how chaotic it gets. So for the plot, I'm going to be giving it a 5 out of 5. Next are the characters, which I'm also going to be giving a 5 out of 5. I love Meadow. I want to name my first daughter after the serial killer. Wait, that came out really wrong. Okay, she's 16 and she's been through hell, okay? But seriously, I do really want to name my first child, my first daughter, Meadow. I think it's just a pretty name, though. This book, just like the first one, has alternating point of views with the main characters, Zephyr and Meadow. Zephyr, he's just a simp for Meadow. Like, I have no other way to say it. He is so sweet, though. All he cares about is making sure Meadow is safe and protected. Under the circumstance that they are in, you really do feel for these characters, and I don't know, I really like all of them. There's definitely growth at the end of the book, and you know, I was gonna spoil something, but never mind. Overall, this book deserves a 10 out of 10. Everything about this book is amazing. The writing style in this book really does improve, like the details, grammar. We get so much more suspense and action. It comes with so much more gore and blood, and just overall, it's so much better than the first one. Not saying the first one is bad, I still think the first one is amazing, but if you are picky about grammar and details, I personally think it's still worth it to push through it to get to the second one because it's just that much more better. And there's just one part in the book that no matter how many times I read it, I just cry my eyes out. So that was it for my review of The Death Code, which is the second book of the Murder Complex duology. When someone asks me what is my favorite book, I usually resort to this one. I do get a lot of weird stares when I tell people that the Murder Complex is a comfort book of mine, but you know, don't knock it till you try it. So that was it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and make sure to send them. And I'll see you guys next time with HB. Bye! Take it to the curb.